a really, really awesome perk, Electric Cherry. Top 5 least favourite perks. This is probably going to switch it up a little bit. My number 5 would be Double Tap 1. I think it's just really useless for a lot of guns, just a lot of really powerful guns you use. I think it's a waste of a perk slot, Double Tap 1. Double Tap 2 is a different situation because it doubles the damage. Whereas on LMGs and stuff, it just increases the rate of fire, so it's not really doing much. So, yeah, it's not a really impressive perk. Number 4, I'm gonna put Mule Kick because, again, it's really useful. I really like it. It's just it's sort of I don't know, it's just really expensive, and you lose a gun. Number 3 easily is going to be Who's Who. Who's Who, if you're down with Who's Who, and you've already got Quick Revive, so you essentially what Who's Who does. If you're down and you've got Who's Who, it turns you into this doppelganger thing, I don't know how to pronounce it really. And you run around the map, and you only got your pistol, your claymores, and your grenades, and you have to try and revive yourself. It's like a secondary version of yourself. And if you manage to revive yourself, then you get all your perks back except Who's Who and all your guns and everything. But if you don't manage to revive yourself and you're down, well, as the doppelganger, because the zombies still go for you as a doppelganger, you die for the rest of the game. Game over. And it should fall back on Quick Revive. It probably would only be number 5 worst if it fell back on Quick Revive. But it doesn't even fall back on Quick Revive. It's just dumb. It's so bad, and most of the time I get rid of it. Like, if you look at my Die-Rise video, I got it and I didn't want it. I downed myself to get rid of it. I just don't like it. It's a shit perk. So, yeah, I really just don't like that perk. So, it's Who's Who's number 3. Number 2, I'd have to give it to, I don't know, this is a tough one because the perks are essentially what makes you stronger. So, probably have to get to Quick Revive because Quick Revive it's just, I don't know, on single player it's very useful, but on multiplayer, which is what I play most, on zombies, sort of just doesn't really do much. It just makes you revive quicker, and you can get a perma perk that does that. Damn it, I was gonna throw down a time bomb. Didn't want to get that. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna go bank this money. So yeah, it's not really that useful on multiplayer. So, number 2. Number 1, easily, Tombstone. Where and what universe is Tombstone useful? So let's not include town or farm. Well, it's not actually on farm, but it's on town. Town is kind of useful because it makes you get 6 perks, but seriously? Tombstone? You want to revive your friends, and instead of your friends, if you're on a multiplayer match, and your friends are being very selfish, or you're on a multiplayer match with just nobody, that you will know with someone you don't know, the person will sacrifice themselves, and then you've got no one else to help you for the rest of the round. I just hate it. I hate it when people do that. And you're trying to play the game, and you're like, okay, dude, I'm gonna get you. Or whatever. Or if you're on a public match, and you're just like, okay, I'm obviously gonna try and revive you, obviously, but you can't talk to them. And they just sacrifice themselves, and then you're missing the other player for the rest of the round. And it could be round like 30, and they might have to wait like half an hour. And also, you have to try and get to your tombstone in time when you get revived, and it's like, it's just not a great perk, and it's not even on single player. It's the perk of the map. It's a new perk of the map for yeah, I'm just trying to concentrate here. It's a new perk of the map for Transit, and they make it the shitty friggin' tombstone. Since when was that gonna be a good idea? When was that ever gonna go down well? And on single player, which is what a lot of people do, including me. I play a lot of single player, but I play a lot of multiplayer. I do all of my high round stuff on single player, and then my low round stuff, and I just want to have fun. I just play multiplayer, and so I do play a lot of multiplayer. Tombstone is a bit useful, but on single player it's not even there. So you've essentially got no new perks except for maybe double tap 2. But just Tombstone, just. Okay, so then we're going to get into the top 5 worst guns of all time. Number 5, the lore, the rocket launcher off Black Ops 1, the M something lore, that really shitty, I can't even remember the name of it, it's just a really crappy gun. Number 4, we've got I'll just say all grenade launchers, all rocket launchers from Black Ops 1. Number 4, we've got number 4 we have the FAL. I really don't like the FAL. It's not a great gun, it doesn't do much damage. Pretty shit rate of fire. Oh, no, it's a one hit, it's a one bullet gun, so This doesn't have a good rate of fire. Then we have the... at number 3, we have the... I'm not going to include the M19, it's obviously a terrible gun, but it can be packed much to make this beast, so... I don't know, arguably a good gun, arguably a bad gun. We've got the ballista. Well, no, let's not include the ballista. The ballista's an alright gun. The ballista you can pack a punch and make it an alright gun. When are you gonna die, zombie? Zombie, 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 zombie. Yeah, those two guys never have to chill while I go bank this money. And so at number, let's not do that. So this spot is dedicated to the Kar 98K and the Springfield. Oh god, how I hate those guns. How I despise them. Such little damage. When pack a punch, they're not even good. They're not even remotely good. They're just terrible. They're just shitty guns. They're just crappy guns. They don't have the price range is sort of allocated for it, but seriously, come on. M14. Pretty decent gun. Not a crappy gun. Just, at least the M14 is a gun related to its price range. 500 points, and you can get a gun that will kill them to around like 6 or 7. Okay, you're paying 500 points for it. Cool. You don't have to spin the box or anything. Kar 98K. It's 200 points, but why do they even have it in the game? Just use the M1 Granite or whatever it's called, or the friggin' other thing that's there. Hang on, I did that wrong. No, zombies. Calm down. Okay, good. Cool. And so that's the number 3 spot. Number 2. The War Machine. Oh god, this gun, Treyarch. We were expecting a pretty beast gun. We've got a rocket, we've got a grenade launcher. Even Russman, my character I'm playing as right now, Russman, the old fart that doesn't remember anything. Yeah, him. He actually likes it. You get it from the box, he's like, oh, I got a good gun now, boys, or something like that, something along those lines. Why would you say that? It just makes the gun seem worse. That a character actually likes it. It makes you seem like a retard. Seriously, Russman, what are you thinking? It's a terrible gun. If you fire grenades, you can kill yourself with it because you don't know where the grenades are. They bounce off the wall and come straight back at you and kill you. Oh my god. Just don't even take... You see it from the box, you don't even take it. You don't even want to take up a slot because you run so slow with it. But there is a gun worse than that. Because that gun Pack-a-Punch, the War Machine, while a terrible gun, when Pack-a-Punch, it does explode on impact and it does about as much damage as this, so... It can be forgiven. A little. And it's only forgiven because there is something worse. It's another Black Ops 2 gun. You all seen it coming. The SMR. The SMR. We call it the Suck My Rectum. It is so unbelievably bad. It doesn't have a rate of fire because it's a single shotgun, yet it does about the same amount of damage as a... It's got about 30 bullets in every magazine. As soon as you get it from the box for the first time, you think it's an assault rifle. Oh, great. Treyarch's put another assault rifle in the game. You fire it. It's so inaccurate. It just... You fire it once, it does nothing to a zombie. This is on round, like, 5. Fire it once, does nothing. Fire it again, does nothing. Fire it again, does nothing. Fire it again, maybe you get a kill. You can't even get kills with this. What are you... Oh, the SMR. And Pack-a-Punch, it does about as much damage as a Galil per bullet. Non-Pack-a-Punch does not as much damage as an M14. Maybe worse. Maybe even worse, because it's got a shitty iron sight that you can't aim with. Why would you spend 950 points on that shit? Oh my god. Most guns you can sort of survive around with, but as soon as you get that, you're like, oh god. I am dead now. If I have to survive around with this gun, I am dead. I'm not going to survive this round with this gun, because it's just not a feasible weapon to use. You just don't use it. Just don't even look at it. Just don't. You Pack-a-Punch it and it's called the Smiler. It's spelled with 3's instead of E's. The Smiler. Who would smile at getting that gun? Who would smile at spending 950 points to get it and then Pack-a-Punching it with 5,000 points to get a gun that does as much damage as a Galil? Oh my god. The SMR. Suck My Rectum. Such a fitting name for such a shitty gun. such a shit gun. You can't even get over how bad it is. Oh man. Top 5 maps, speaking of the maps now, top 5 maps, easily. So I'm more of a Black Ops 2 player. I sort of really got into zombies in Black Ops 2. I was always been a Battlefield guy, Battlefield Bad Company, Battlefield 2 and stuff, and just, I've always been into Battlefield. So, I mean, I've never been into COD that much. I've sort of just dabbled with the zombies, but never played COD for the multiplayer aspect of it. So, it's never really made sense to me to even buy a COD game. But I bought Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, and I really enjoyed them for the zombies. So I don't really have much experience with the World at War maps, but I do have them on my copy of Black Ops 1. I've never actually owned a copy of World at War, but I've played it a fair amount. And you're probably wondering how. On the iOS version of it, I played it a lot on the iOS version of World at War. So yeah, so I've got a bit of experience, so I need to list my top 5 maps. So I need to think about this a bit, because there are some maps I keep forgetting about whenever I do, like, when I always try and list my top 5. So let me just think a little while. So there's Buried, there's Mob of the Dead, so let's just list the best from Black Ops 2, best from Black Ops 1, best from World at War, then we'll decide. So Duris is definitely up there. Same with Shinonuma, those two are really great maps. Verrucht and Nightstone Token are pretty shitty, I don't really like them that much. And I don't really get that nostalgia feel from them, because I never really got to World at War on any decent platform. So, Shinonuma World at War, Shinonuma Duris. Ascension, never really got into, didn't really like it that much. It's a great map though, that will be considered. Shangri-La, it's a terrible map. Call of the Dead I really enjoy, I really like that map. And there is the Kino. Kino's a really great map. Moon is a okay map, I guess. It's pretty hard. It's a very hard map, but it's very rewarding. It's got some cool wonder weapon, ghost device, all that kind of thing in there. So it's a pretty great map. Black Ops 2, we've got Mob of the Dead, Buried, Die Rise, sort of. Maybe could say Origins. I don't know. Origins isn't that great. I don't really like it that much. So I don't know. You sort of want to pick. So for our top 5 maps in Black Ops. Oh, okay, let's just pick our top 5 maps all the time. So top 5 maps. So let's say number 5. We'll go Die Rise. I really like Die Rise. I just think it's a great map. Not a lot of people hate it. I really enjoy it. I personally really enjoy the map. It's also on my top 5 hated maps, so I will get into that later, but Die Rise is definitely my top 5, my 5th favourite map of all time. Number 4 would go to Buried. No, Die Rise is just great because of the local fire. It's a really great training strategy. I just really enjoy training in that one spot. It's so good. Really great map to play. Raygun Mark 2, you can get on it if you've got the Buried DLC. It's Trample Steam, jumping between places, that's pretty fun. But falling off the map, that's pretty annoying, but you can always avoid it. There are ways to avoid it. And if you're sensible about it, you can avoid it. So, it's just. And the jumping jacks, being able to get more than 6 perks, it's always more than 4 perks I should say, if you're going to get 6, that's always a bonus. And so, that makes it my number 5 spot. My number 4 spot I give to Buried. I just really like Buried because there's a lot of things to do. And the Petrifier is so fun to use. Unlimited ammo. And so it's just really awesome gun to use. And Time Bomb, the Easter egg on Buried is pretty fun. Die Rise Easter egg is pretty shitty. I don't like it that much. You're supposed to separate from the rest of the players all the time. It's not really a teamwork Easter egg. But so I just really enjoy Buried. What other maps I enjoy? I really enjoyed Mob of the Dead as well, so that goes to number 3. So there's my Black Ops 2 maps out of the way. I really enjoyed Mob of the Dead because there's just so much to do as well, but see, in Buried, all the stuff you've got to do just doesn't really make sense, a lot of it. So the buildables, Trample Steam, why do you have it on this map? Doesn't really make sense. The Subsurface Resonator, the Turbine, all that stuff doesn't really make sense. Nothing really makes sense in this map. The Paralyzer, if you don't look into the storyline, the Paralyzer and Raygun Mark 2 just don't really make sense that they're on this map. And it's just sort of a random map, whereas Mob of the Dead everything just fits together perfectly. It's just so great. The setting is a really awesome setting. It's a Alcatraz prison, famous prison. It's a great American landmark, and so it's just sort of just, I don't know, it's just a really awesome map. It's just, Blundergat's so fun to use. Electric Cherry, my favorite perk is on that map. Blundergat's a really awesome gun to use, and you've got the Invincible combination on that map, and that's just beast. It's so amazing playing all the other maps of all time, and then playing the Mob of the Dead and having an Invincible combination. It's just amazing, and it's just so unbelievably amazing. And there's just Zombie Shield makes sense. The plane Icarus flying to the thing. It's just the storyline just fits together so well on that map. It's just. It's just on its own like tangent. You don't even really need to know much about the other storyline of the zombies to know it. And it's just been a mystery as well, like who controls the zombies in that map. Blue eyes represent Richtofen, orange represents Maxis, and yellow represents Samantha. But what's red? Is red like a mixture of Samantha and Maxis, or is what does that represent? I don't know. It's just a mystery. It's just cool to have that sort of thing with zombies. It's just cool. It's just amazing to have that sort of thing in zombies. It's just cool how they've got that sort of mystery. So, and so number 2, I'm gonna give that spot to Call of the Dead. I really like Call of the Dead. Again, a lot of these decisions are really weird to some people. I know people hate Call of the Dead. I know people hate Buried. I know people hate Die Rise. But these are my favorite maps that I've enjoyed playing. I sort of play differently to a lot of people, especially when I train and how I do my strategies on game maps and stuff. A lot of people do really massive trains when they play. I often just do really small trains. So again, Die Rise doesn't really matter that it's such tight corners for me, because I train in very tight spaces as well. This is how I play, and so it doesn't really matter how that works with me. So it's why sort of Die Rise is I don't really see it as really that bad. But yeah, I just really enjoy Call of the Dead as well. The Scavenger's sick, a really sick gun to use. It's got PhD Fluffer. Any map with PhD Fluffer has got to be a good map. That perk is just overpowered. PhD Fluffer. And so yeah, it's just really great map. George is a bit annoying, but I didn't realize how easy he was to take care of. I was just, because I'd never really gotten into Call of the Dead until quite recently, actually. I know it's like years after Call of the Dead's actually come out, but I just got into Call of the Dead all of a sudden, just for whatever reason. I had it there, I didn't really play it that much, and I'd just been watching YouTubers play it, like really old videos of just YouTubers playing it. I was like, you know what, I want to get into that map. So I got into it, really enjoyed it. It really helped that my first ever box roll on that map got me the Scavenger. My first ever box roll on that map. The first time I've ever got to the box and rolled it, and it was the Scavenger, so that kind of helps, but I just really enjoy it. It's just quite a difficult map, but it's really easy to point whore on that map, so you've got points. It's an expensive trip to Jug, but again, number 2 spot, Call of Dead. Number 1, Duries. Just straight up Duries. Just, oh my god, Duries. Where do I even start? Wonder Waff, pretty sick wonder weapon. It's just teleporter's just so original. It's just great. It's just a great map overall. Got to turn on the power. It's just a classic. It's just a classic. You got Wonder Waff, you got the PPSH, you got all those water war guns. It's just a classic. It's just great. It's just a great map. A really awesome map. You got the monkeys. You got the first ever audio tracks and stuff to piece together the storyline. It's just, I just really love Duries. Just really love it. Such a great map. Such a great map. It's amazing map. I wish I'd play it more on my channel. I want to do more co-op and stuff with it. I play it sometimes with Christian. I play it all the time with Christian, actually. We just play, get the crossbow. We're talking about on Blackest One version. Grab the crossbow, Wonder Waff, ray gun, you're set. Got the Pack-a-Punch crossbow, the Pack-a-Punch ray gun, and the Wonder Waff. Just amazing map. Just really enjoy the map. Such a great map. Such a great map. Oh man. I just